Welcome to Vivid English Podcast. I'm Sarah.
And I'm James.
It is so good to be back with you all today. We are feeling super high energy and really ready to get into it. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm really excited about what we're talking about today because it's something every single person listening will have to do at some point.
Oh, definitely.
It's, the gateway to an amazing trip. But it can also be, well, a huge source of stress.
That is the perfect way to put it. A gateway, but a sometimes tricky one. So today we're going to get into the details of a very specific situation. The airport check-in counter. We're going to help you master the English you need for checking in and for all that baggage etiquette.
We want to be sure you have smooth sailing. And it's interesting. It's 2026. Tech has moved so fast. We've got biometric scans. We've got automated everything.
Absolutely. Sometimes it feels like you're in a science fiction movie compared to like 10 years ago.
It really does. But here's the thing. Even with all of that, you still often need to talk to a real human at the counter.
That's such a good point. If you're talking to a person now, it probably means the machine couldn't help you or you have a more complicated issue.
Exactly. So the pressure's on. Maybe you've got extra bags or you want to change your seat or the scanner just decided it doesn't like your face that day.
Which happens. And that's when the anxiety really kicks in for English learners. The line is getting long. People are checking their watches.
Right. So our mission today is to give you the most common, the most useful phrases so you feel totally confident. We're going to break it all down, speak slowly, and make it really clear.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Picture this. You've just walked into the terminal, you've found the right airline desk, and now you're walking up to the counter. That first interaction.
The moment of truth. It sounds dramatic, but it really feels that way, doesn't it?
It does. You see the uniform, the computer, and your mind just goes blank.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
So the agent will probably speak first. They'll need to see your documents.
Okay, so I'll be the agent. I'm typing. I look up at you and I say, "May I see your passport and travel documents, please?"
Okay, this is the standard opening. And this is where I see a lot of learners get a little stuck.
Oh, what happened?
They just get nervous.
Yeah.
And they silently slide their passport over. They don't say anything at all.
I've seen that, and it can feel a little bit rude, can't it? Even if you're just feeling shy.
Exactly. Silence just creates this tension. You need something to break the ice.
So what's a better way to do it?
It's so simple. Just a friendly, here you go.
Here you go. It's so small, but it totally changes the energy, you're right.
It does. It shows you're polite, you're cooperative.
Yeah.
You hand them the passport and say, here you go. And since it's 2026, you can add, I have an e-ticket on my phone as well.
That's a great little extra. I have an e-ticket on my phone as well. Shows you're prepared. Okay, so we've broken the ice. Now for the part I think we all dread.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Let's zoom in on the baggage dance.
The baggage dance. Haha, that's perfect. Because it really is a dance, isn't it?
It totally is. The agent is going to ask about your bags, and you need to be really clear.
Right. And precision is key here. There's a big difference between checked bags and carry-ons. Checked bags go onto the plane. You say goodbye to them and hope for the best.
You really do.
And a carry-on, of course, comes with you on the plane. But airlines are so strict now.
Oh, they are. They have those little metal cages of doom you have to fit your bag into.
So to be clear, you could say something like, I have 2 bags to check and 1 carry-on.
Let's repeat that one. I have 2 bags to check and 1 carry-on. Simple.
It is. But have you ever had that moment? That awful, loud beep from the baggage scale?
Ugh, the overweight nightmare. Don't tell me you've lived it.
I have. I really have.
No, you seem so organized.
I try. But one time, I was flying home and I'd bought way too many books. Put the bag on the scale, it was 5 kilos over.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. What did
know.
you do?
Well, I didn't want to pay that fee, so I just opened my suitcase right there and started putting on more clothes. I wore like 3 jackets on the plane.
Uh-huh. You must have been roasting.
I was, but I saved $50.
Okay, that's dedication. But for our listeners who might want a more dignified solution, what can they say when that scale beeps?
Okay, you have a couple options. Option one is you can try to rearrange things. You can ask very politely, is it possible to move some items to my carry-on?
That's a great phrase. Is it possible to move some items to my carry-on? It buys you a moment to solve the problem.
Exactly. But sometimes you just have too much stuff. So option two is to just pay the fee. You ask, how much is the overweight baggage fee?
How much is the overweight baggage fee? Good to know. And one more thing for baggage. What if you have something fragile?
Oh, yes, very important. You want to protect that bottle of wine or whatever you bought.
So what's the phrase?
You should say, could you please mark this bag as fragile?
Fragile. That's the magic word. They'll put a big sticker on it.
Yeah, and hopefully it helps.
We can hope. Okay, so bags are gone. Now, let's take a closer look at where you're going to sit. This is so important.
It really is. If you don't ask, you're almost guaranteed to get that dreaded middle seat.
No one wants the middle seat. Now, I have a little strategy here. I always ask, even if the flight looks totally full online.
Really? I usually figure if the app says it's full, there's no point.
No, you have to ask. The agents at the gate, they have access to seats we can't see, seats that are blocked off. If you're nice, sometimes magic happens.
That is a great tip. Okay, so what's your go-to phrase?
Well, I'm an aisle person. I like to get up and stretch, so I'll say, I'd like an aisle seat, if possible.
That if possible is key. It's so polite. But I have to say, I'm a window person.
You are.
100%. I want to lean my head against the side and sleep. I don't want the drink cart bumping my elbow.
Haha, a valid point. But what if you're tall? Or you just want more space?
The extra legroom question.
Yeah.
This is where you want to ask about the exit row.
Right, the seats by the emergency doors.
Yeah, so you can ask, are there any exit row seats available?
Are there any exit row seats available? That phrase is gold. It can completely change your flight.
You can. Now, what about if you're traveling with someone else? A friend, a partner?
And the computer puts you in totally different rows.
The worst. So you just ask, very simply, could you make sure we are seated together?
Could you make sure we're seated together? Perfect. And then you can have the battle for the armrest together.
Uh-huh, exactly. That's a silent negotiation. No English needed for that one.
So true. Okay, let's shift gears a little. We mentioned it's 2026. We rely on our phones for everything.
But tech fails all the time. Let's break down what to do when that happens.
Okay, scenario. You're at the front of the line, you pull out your phone to show your boarding pass, and nothing. The screen is frozen. So how do we explain this?
There's a brilliant little idiom for this. You can see your phone is acting up.
Acting up. I love that. It sounds like a naughty child.
It does. It kind of takes the blame off you. So you can say, my phone is acting up. Could you print a physical boarding pass for me?
That is so useful. It solves the problem right away. What about those self-check-in kiosks? When they just won't scan your passport?
Ugh, I hate fighting with those machines.
Me too.
If you give up and go to the counter, you just explain, the self-check-in kiosk wasn't working for me.
The self-check-in kiosk wasn't working for me. It's short, it's clear, it explains why you're there.
Exactly. Okay, now let's explore something that can be really confusing. Layovers.
Oh, connecting flights. Yes. The biggest worry is always the luggage, right?
It is. Because you can't assume. In some countries, your bags go all the way through.
Yeah.
In others, you have to pick them up and check them in again.
And you do not want to get that wrong. You don't want your bags to be in Tokyo when you're landing in Bangkok.
Not at all. So you have to ask. You need to look the agent in the eye and say, will my luggage go straight through to my final destination?
That's a really important one. Let's say it again. Will my luggage go straight through to my final destination?
That phrase, "go straight through," is the key. And then, when you land for your connection, you might still be lost.
Airports are like small cities.
They are, so don't be afraid to ask for directions. Something simple like, "Where do I go for my connecting flight to Paris?"
Perfect. Just insert your destination.
Mm.
Okay, let's get into some what-if scenarios. Some troubleshooting.
And maybe getting an upgrade.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. But let's start with the stressful one. Delays.
Right. You look up at the board, your flight is delayed, and you're worried about your connection.
You need to know if you're going to make it. So you can ask the agent, I see the flight is delayed. Will I make my connection?
Will I make my connection? That is a crucial question because if the answer is no, they can help you find a new flight right then and there.
Okay, that's smart. Now for the fun one, upgrades.
Yes, the dream. Maybe you have some airline miles you've been saving up.
Is it rude to ask, though? I always feel a little awkward.
Not at all. If you do it the right way, you're not demanding it, you're just inquiring.
Okay, so what's the polite way?
You could say, "Is it possible to upgrade to premium economy using my miles?"
Ah, so you're offering something. Is it possible to upgrade using my miles?
Exactly. Or you can even ask about paying. Sometimes they sell those big, comfortable seats for a cheaper price on the day of the flight.
That's a great tip. Is there a paid upgrade available? It never hurts to ask.
Never. The worst they can say is no. But if they say yes, hello, comfortable flight.
I am manifesting that for everyone listening. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the conversation with the agent, the final handoff.
This is when they've done everything, and now they're giving you your final instructions.
And this is a really important listening moment. They talk fast here. They'll say something like, your flight departs from gate B12. Boarding starts at 2:30 p.m.
A lot of numbers, a lot of noise. If you are not 100% sure what they said, you have to double check.
Do not guess and walk away.
Yeah.
So what can you ask?
Just a simple confirmation. What time do I need to be at the gate?
What time do I need to be at the gate? That clears up any confusion. Better to be safe than sorry.
And then you're done. Ready to go through security.
Wow, we've covered so much from that first, here you go, all the way to the end.
We really have. And I just want to add one last thing. A little tip on etiquette.
Please do.
We all know travelers are stressed, but we have to remember the airport agents are often really stressed too.
For sure. They deal with problems all day long.
Exactly. So a simple, sincere thank you,
Hmm.
a real smile. Honestly, that's the best travel accessory you can have.
That is such great advice. And being kind might just be the thing that gets you that exit row seat.
Kindness is a currency at the airport. It really pays off.
I love that. You know, it makes me think of that saying, travel is the only thing you buy that makes you richer.
But knowing English makes it a whole lot easier.
Exactly. It turns a stressful situation into just a manageable part of the journey. We really hope this helps all of you feel so much more confident next time.
We want you to walk up to that counter feeling like a total pro. No more panic. Just clear, confident communication.
Definitely. Well, that brings us to the end of our talk for today. But the learning doesn't stop.
No, it doesn't. It's been a real pleasure. Please don't forget to subscribe and come back to the Vivid English Podcast.
Yes. Be sure to tune in to Vivid English Podcast next time. We've got some really exciting things planned, and we can't wait to talk to you all again.
Safe travels, everyone. Bye-bye.